to reduce a person's worth to a number. This is the first time in history that your worth is 91. What does it mean? No one knows. But somehow it becomes magical. 91 gets accepted in the engineering school, and 90.5 does not. If the school is really strict, we are going to accept everyone who has in the national exam above 91. It is very degrading for the human being. So the math that I was teaching was actually a tool for degrading, a tool for control, a tool for, in the hands of scientists, to do all the harm that they have done in the name of progress. My math was not from me. It was not something that I gave. It was something that I studied and then brought it to the classroom and gave it as I studied it. It never went through me. It never became part of me. It's an information, skills, some theorems, etc. And I passed it to a new generation. I didn't know why. There was no reason, personal reason, why I did that. It was not my choice. It was not something from me. And was it not respectful? Obviously, it was not respectful. Because if it were respectful, I would have started with things that students live. To me, mathematics, the most important word in mathematics is seeing patterns, seeing relations. Seeing patterns in life and relations and try to understand them is totally missing in curricula around the world in math. It is more something that will make some students, and most students, think that math is very hard. And that math is for the intelligent people. And if you don't know some of these tricks, magical tricks in math, then somehow you are considered to be not fit to progress, to live, to everything. So my math in that sense is worth 20% of Imam Ali's statement. 1 out of 5 characteristics only. The other characteristics don't fit. So, all of these, I'm saying them very quickly. But as I said, when I read that statement, immediately, it put everything that I have done in my life in perspective. And I started going around and saying, especially starting with Arabs, I said, look, for 1,400 years, we have had this treasure, this principle in education, relating to knowledge, to learning, to what we call today education. And as I said, people were fascinated, but still they went on giving grades and crying for not getting good grades, and their families rebuking them and blaming them for not being hard workers, and they want always to be behind and all that. I think the idea of Habib University and adopting this principle as a principle, main principle in it, is comes really at a very appropriate time. As I said, the world is in turmoil. Young people especially see it very, very clearly that what has been done the last 400 years, especially with the push of Europe, is not good for them. Does not give them hope, does not give them understanding, does not give them happiness, does not even give them nutrition. I was telling the group that I was speaking with this morning that up to the age of 24, I ate 5 eggs a day, raw, not cooked, raw. And now they tell us not to eat more than maybe 2 or 3 eggs a week. I said, nothing wrong with me. I mean, you know, I'm now 70 years old, and the most that I had was an aspirin. I don't have any pills for, what do you call it, blood pressure and cholesterol and all these things that people, I keep seeing them swallowing one pill after another at my age. You know, they are always carrying a bag of pills. If I carry anything, I will carry a lettuce or an apple or something like that. That science has nothing to do with it. But I say, maybe they are talking about the modern eggs, not about the ancient eggs, the backward eggs. I was eating the backward eggs, not the modern. The modern eggs are harmful. I think they are. And the scientists know that because of all the things that they have done to the chicken, to the feeding of the chicken. And so the eggs now are harmful. So they are telling us, I mean, they made them worse, and then they are telling us, don't eat much. So why did you change that? As I say, science was not advanced enough in my time to ruin the eggs. Science was still backward in terms of nutrition. It didn't really play with creation. Still, the Francis Bacon's statement is subduing nature, conquering nature, did not reach the food yet. It reached it only relatively recently. The last 50 years was ruining the rest of what was good in life, food. And now we are eating what they call fast food, things that look like food, but actually it's not food. The taste, they make the taste with all the chemicals that they put and everything good. They know what tastes good, and you know, and because it tastes good, we are fooled that therefore it must be good. So they are attracting us. But all of this, in my opinion, started with ruining and corrupting learning, corrupting knowledge. Without the corruption of knowledge, much of what we see today will not be possible. Because the eggs that I ate were not corrupt, I wasn't harmed. But now, since they reach even the eggs, then I will not do it. I will not eat even a boiled egg from modern farms. I won't. Because I don't know what is in it. What is the feed that they give them? The egg becomes big in 1 month, and every day it gives eggs. It is frightening what's happening. I see Habib University as, I don't know of any other university in the world that has at least the same vision, which is trying as much as possible, which is very hard, even for Habib University, not to translate what it does from Western sources only. Now, Habib University is like have to enable, in order to start, it has to at the beginning to start with a balance between the dominant ways, the Western ways, and sources that come from non-Western sources. Imam Ali's statement is not a translation of a Western idea. It's not a translation of a European way of thinking. Actually, it will be very hard, although they like what I say usually when I say it in Berlin or in Paris or in London or whatever, but I don't think they really capture that very well because they are so entrenched in their own way of thinking and doing and knowing. So I think this balance at the beginning between the West and non-Western sources is a step maybe we all have to go through, but slowly, in my opinion, unplug ourselves as much as possible from the pattern of consumption, the living within the pattern of consumption.